Hello, welcome. I'm Tony Holland, founder and CEO of Global Premier Benefits, part of the Integrity Marketing Group family. I get questions all the time. Tony, what's your why? Why you do what you're doing? And, you have a Johns Hopkins degree and, you're a pre-med. Why didn't you go to med school? Why didn't you continue through with that? And, I wanted something different out of my life. I think, being a doctor, it has to be a special calling. And I believe God had a better purpose for me to be in this business. I'm so thankful for it. And it's truly transformed my life and really it's been a huge blessing. And, my background, I started in this business going back to 1994 and, I was living out of my van. It was tough times. I had this little painter's van from the painting business I had that while I was in college and wish I still had it, but it would have been a nice keepsake. And I just wanted to, do something with my life. I was waiting tables, bartending, doing whatever I could to make ends meet. And a buddy of mine introduced me to insurance, and it just was the best thing could have happened for me in my life. Where I came from, where I grew up in Brunswick, Maryland, it's a little railroad town out in western Maryland, and many people didn't go off to do things like I wanted to do in my life. You either went on the railroad or worked on the farm, and nothing wrong with those professions, but I wanted to do something bigger and better. I didn't want to be, an hourly wage type person. I wanted all that life, had in store for me, and grew up with a single mom, had a brother. She did the best she could with what she had. And, I'm thankful for that. She worked sometimes 2 and 3 jobs to put food on the table. Many times we didn't celebrate the holidays because we just didn't have the money. There are times I had to wear hand-me-downs and, get food from other sources. So sometimes we didn't have food from the grocery store, so we got food off the farm, or, we just tried to make ends meet, and we did it. Went off to Johns Hopkins, as I said earlier, played ball, and was thankful for that experience. And my why in this business, originally, I'll be honest with you, I did it for the money. My first month in sales when I started, man, I made over $7,000 in 1 month. Nobody in my family made that kind of money. Nobody. $7,000 in a month, and then the next month I did $8,000. That next month, third month, I did $9,000. I'm like, I want to be the first person in my family to make 6 figures. And when I had a lot of doubts. Trust me. My buddy Ray Mazzone had introduced me to this, and I thank God for Ray, to this day, that got me into this business. I really didn't understand what I had my hands on. I said, I'm going to give this 1 year and see if it works. And my original why was probably the wrong why, to be honest with you. I wanted to make money. I wanted to be the first person to make 6 figures. I wanted a sports car, so I bought the Corvette. I still have that. Thankfully, it's a nice convertible, black on black Corvette. I still have it. But I wanted to be wealthy. I wanted to be successful. I wanted to make money. I didn't want to live, the just get by lifestyle. I wanted something better for me and better for my future family. And it wasn't until my second year that I really understood the why of this business. I was doing it for money. I was doing it because I wanted to make 6 figures. And then I started making renewals. And about the middle of that second year, I got a phone call from a union president. His name was Terry Thompson out in Walkersville, Maryland. He said, you remember that family you went to see a while back about their insurance? There was an accident on Lake Linganore, and one of their kids, had drowned on Lake Linganore. I said, you got to be kidding me. He goes, we were wondering if you can give a donation. And I said, let me check the files. Yeah, I do remember that house. And I remember being in that house and making my presentation. They must have said no 3, 4, maybe 5 times. And I just persevered, did what I was taught to do back then. And, I was making my clothes and, overcoming their objections. And I got to the child rider part. I said, just for $5, you can put all your kids on this. Oh, man, that's a waste of money. They said, I said, no. It's something that you should have. You never know what could happen, and it can go to 5 times if, God forbid, something happens to it in an accident. So, long story short, they said go ahead and put it on there. And then 3 months later, it was almost 4 months later, I got that call from Terry, and to be able to deliver that check to that family, that $25,000 check. I mean, it was a 12-year-old kid. I mean, there's no amount of money that can replace a child. I have kids myself. I got 3 amazing, beautiful kids raised by, my amazing wife. And I don't know what I would have done if something like that happened to one of my kids, but to be able to deliver that check, to be able to know that family, had a little bit of money to pay for the funeral and pay a few bills. I mean, it was life-changing for me. So at that moment, I stopped selling for commissions. I did. I realized it was more than just a piece of paper and getting people to sign it and doing the yes close and the choice close and power close, all that stuff I learned from all the gurus. I really started doing it for the right reasons, changing and saving people's lives. And it wasn't even the mom and dad that it ended up changing them indirectly, but it was about helping them get through that grief and that crisis. And who would have thought a 12-year-old would pass away prematurely in such a freak accident? And actually, he was going out there to save his friends and died in the process. And it still bothers, it chokes me up today to talk about that, because my why took me to a whole nother level in this business. Stopped doing it for the commission. Stopped doing it for the renewals. Started doing it every single house. I was passionate about changing their life and potentially saving their life. And I actually quadrupled my income from that point, because the people can sense my passion, my sincerity. They realize I was doing it more than just, they know you're making money. They know you're not doing it for free. They know you're making a commission. They're not stupid. But they sense that I was there to truly help them. And I did it with love and compassion. And now I'm at a whole new phase in terms of my why, because I've taught that to many thousands of people over the years, to sell with love. Everything else will take care of itself. Sell with love. Sell peace of mind and hope that people that are going through a challenge, you're going to be one of the first calls they make when that crisis happens. That's nothing more powerful in the world. That's one of the greatest callings you could ever have. And being in this business, I don't just like the insurance business, I love it, because I've seen firsthand from people like that family and many others that didn't have enough burial insurance, and through my efforts, I was able to show them a better way to get better planning for their final expenses, or someone that potentially was going to lose their leg, the other leg, they already lost one, and then I was able to help a gentleman, a veteran, in fact, save his leg that has severe diabetes because of the Medicare plan I put him in. Did a full review, and they found a specialist in the network that specializes in the problem that he had, and we were able to save his leg. I got a letter from him at Christmas. He said, "I'm thankful for this Christmas I have my leg, and I wish I would have met you 5 years ago, because I'd have both of them." I mean, there's nothing more powerful than that. So my why as a salesperson was transformed through this process. And if you do this long enough, you'll have stories like that too, that are real life stories that you totally transform lives. But now I'm at a whole nother level that I want the opportunity to mentor others and pay it forward in terms of the success I've had. Many of you guys may have seen me. There was an announcement that I became a managing partner of Integrity Marketing Group. That I can still remember the day that Brian Adams gave me the call and wanted to fly up and meet me, and that man changed my life. And I'm thankful to Brian Adams and the rest of the Integrity family, what they've done for me. And we just started with them a few months ago, and I now have generational wealth. Grew up with nothing, no father, a single mom, and thankfully, by the way, through the last few years, I was able to meet my real dad before he died. We had 14 great months together. I got 3 amazing sisters and a stepmom, and and nieces and nephews I didn't know I had. He didn't know I existed. I didn't know he existed. So I'm blessed for that. And but to have generational wealth, coming from where I came from, it just blows me away that my children's children are set for life. And my kids are still young, and it's nice to be in a place like that. And so my next why, my next chapter of all this, because some people know the kind of money I was able to sell Global and Integrity, Global and Holland Insurance Group to Integrity for. It was a lot of money, and we worked very hard for that. My wife and I put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears in that. We were rolling quarters back in the day, and there were some tough times. We were on our knees many times, praying to God to help us through some challenges back in the early days. And look where we are now, and to be able to do whatever I want and have anything I want, buy as many houses I want. But it's not about that for me in terms of the material aspects of having that generational wealth. I want to teach other people how to do that. I want to teach other people that you can be just like me, be in a situation where you had, no father in your life or no path to success, to be able to help others do that, either be a mentor, a coach, give them guidance, and show them that you can do it too. If I can do it, you can do it. So my main objective over the next couple of years, I want to help at least 12 other people be in the same position I am, to be a partner with integrity. I truly mean, it's like the 12 disciples in the Bible. I want 12 disciples, men and women out there that are willing to put it all on the line. They're willing to pay a price, that really want to get into something special. Because I truly believe people want to belong to something special. There's a lot of nonsense out there that you see on social media and some of these commercials, and they're all hype and no substance. What we do is real. What we do has value. And I'm living proof. If you follow our system and do what we ask you to do, you're going to have an unbelievable opportunity. It'll blow your mind in terms of what you can do for your community, what can you do for your family, and what it's going to do for you in terms of your wealth and your success and your accomplishments. It's truly going to be mind-boggling. So that's my next why. And I'm honored to be a part of this special family, and I'm honored to share that with you guys today, and young ladies that are watching this today. If trust me on this, if you're willing to dig deep and have the right attitude, and you're willing to grind and work hard, because by the way, you're working hard now at a 40, 50-hour-a-week job. If you want to put that kind of work ethic and do what we do, and you're willing to learn and be coached, I assure you this business will change your life. So I'm looking forward to hopefully talking to you, meeting you very soon. Give me a call anytime. I'm very hands-on, and a lot of people say, Tony, you do too much for people. I can't believe you actually give your cell phone number out, and I do that because I do care. I do want to see you become successful. My legacy now is to be built within other people. I have a dream board, actually, that's of my personal dreams, and I have a second dream board of the accomplishments of my team. I have people on my team that have gotten their dream home, their dream vacations. They've been able to pay cash to put their kids through school, and the next level, I told all of them that are on that path, I want you to put pathway to partnership with integrity, because I'm going to help you do that. You can call me anytime. You have questions. And by the way, there's no stupid question. Only one that's not asked, call me. Whether you join our team or not, I'm willing to help you, willing to mentor you, coach you, work with you, guide you in the right direction. You can reach me anytime at 443-253-3634. You can text me is better, by the way. I love the text. But text me, 443-253-3634. Looking forward to speaking to you. May you guys have a wonderful day. May God continue to bless you always. And thank you for letting me share. Thank you.